It's no secret that at CarAdvice we love a good road trip, and there are so many fantastic places to explore really close to Sydney. We're starting out at Bondi, and my weapon of choice is the Ford Focus, and I'm going to be driving the titanium spec. This is a lifestyle launch, and over the next couple of days I'll get to know the car while driving between scenic locations and maybe tick a few things to do, see and eat off the bucket list. Of course, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. There is a lot to see and do over the next couple of days, with a challenge or two thrown in for good measure, and I'll share a few road trip tips along the way. Time to say goodbye to beautiful Bondi. Finally, free of the urban snarl, the road winds its way through the Royal National Park. It twists and turns, and the Focus Titanium handles the corners rather well. There's also time to get comfortable and play around with the infotainment system, check out the safety features, and put the foot down just a little bit. Then the awesome Seacliff Bridge comes into view. It never gets boring. It takes your breath away every time. The structure stretches its way out over the water with spectacular views and a smooth, sweeping drive. Once you're over it, turn around and do it again. Time for a well-deserved coffee break. We're here at beautiful Coaldale Beach. On the way down here, we played around with the Sync 3 system, and the Focus is the first car in Australia to get it. Some of the new features include pinch and zoom on the screen, and the voice command system is much easier to use. You can talk to it like you would to a passenger and say, find a toilet, find me a coffee. Very, very simple. The navigation system, nice and clear and easy. Interestingly though, I still managed to get lost a couple of times, but that leads me into road trip tip number 1. If you do take a wrong turn, just see where it leads you. Back on the road again, and we're winding our way out into the Southern Highlands on the hunt for a great spot to stop for lunch, and I think we've found it. All right, here's another road trip tip. If you stop and take a look around, you never know who you might meet. We took a detour to Mount Kyra, and the view is spectacular, but we found all of these little holes along the curb, and you just might get to meet one of these little guys. We found an echidna, and as you can see, he's been quite busy. Better leave him to do his thing. Time now to enjoy some lunch and maybe take a closer look at the Ford Focus. The Focus range starts with the trend specification that's available as either a hatch or a sedan. So this being the titanium, it's got 18-inch alloy wheels, LED daytime running lights, and halogen headlamps are standard, but this has an optional pack that has bi-xenon HIDs. It's also got auto-folding power side mirrors, a sunroof and a rear spoiler. It's quite a sporty looking thing. It's already been a massive day on the road, but we're still enjoying the drive through the country as we approach our accommodation. But when we get there, rather than straight into relaxing, there's a challenge that's been set up. It's a blind parking challenge, and I tell you what, it looks like it's going to be a little bit scary. All of the windows have been blacked out, and it feels incredibly strange in here. We've activated the auto parking function. It scans and checks that you can actually fit into the parking space before you even give it a go. And then you've just got to let it do its thing. Hands off the steering wheel and put it into driver reverse. It'll tell you exactly what to do. Then you just need to work the pedals. The trick is to be steady. If you hesitate, then it won't work as well, and you'll ruin the line and have to start all over again. Yay! We're up bright and early the next day, and as we hit the road, it's worth noting that the Ford Focus Titanium is quite a zippy little thing. It produces 132 kilowatts and 240 newton meters. Now under the bonnet is a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, and it's Ford's EcoBoost engine, so it's supposed to be really good on fuel economy, so we'll see how that goes by the end of the drive. If you want a really sporty dynamic drive, you can step up to something like the RS or the ST, but the Focus is known for its dynamic, sort of sporty driving ability. I'm really looking forward to our next stop. I've been told it's a bit of a hidden gem and something that you can't miss if you're in this area. One of the best things about exploring the Southern Highlands is there are so many fantastic places to stop and eat and drink and look around. This is the Book Barn at Ben Dooley Estate. As you can see, it is just gorgeous. Nice and warm by the fire. There's a pretty good coffee and cake I've heard. I'm going to go and try it. After recharging, it's time to head to the Sydney International Regatta to see what the Ford Focus Titanium can do. Tell you what, things are about to get hectic. So our road trip in the Ford Focus wasn't all just cruisy and food and beautiful roads. We also stopped off to do some driving skills, and I have to say I did a J-turn for the first time and it was amazing. So to my last road trip tip now, just have fun and enjoy it.